My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. I'm gonna hit one more new run and then in the next episode I'm gonna turn up in the Pirate Dominion. I'm gonna turn up in the Dimensional Portal to start working on the Dimensional Portal challenges. And I think after that I'll go back to alternating one off, one on until the Dimensional Portal challenges are done, but for the moment let's focus on this run. Seraphiturnus, Chosen of Savagery, and yay, the two new bosses! I'm gonna be excited to see them basically every time at the moment. Fleshweaver! Fleshweaver, of course, gotta carve your mass off of you. Every time I carve a mass off of you, you summon a fleshling, and the fleshling, in this case, has 3/3 and applies Corruption 1 to the unit that kills it. Strixen Hallow... Ooh. You guys are terrifying. Very glad to have Damage Shield in a world where Hallow regularly seems to have 100 damage. Double Proliferate in base deck, Consume to propagate 2 on all units, which is going to be more Damage Shield from the Selfless Sacrifice. 2 damage, 2 Ember to Consume, Advance, and apply Damage Shield 2. And then finally a Cluster Kernel, 2 Ember, 2 Size, Armor 10, on Resolve, Spawn 4. Fire of Dominion also removes our train cards and starting cards, train stewards rather than starting cards, and we immediately draw 4 packs and double each card picked. Double Cheery Deathcap immediately? Double Truffles. You summon a Truffles, you hit the fetch, you get a random equipment. I gotta say, I'm thrilled about both of these. I do think Double Cheery Deathcap is probably the pick, maybe? Because with 2 Truffles, we are very quickly going to get to the point where everyone has equipment. Is that bad? No. It does disincentivize picking equipment, though. Be gone. Retreat the front enemy unit, apply melee weakness 1 to enemy units, or Heroic Die, descend and then advance a friendly unit, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's health and armor. That's really good when it's played on a very big stack of guys. I kind of want to go Begone. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it right now, but I kind of want it. First area, Merchant of Steel banished. Ugh. Banished is not the banner I want to be working with here. I'm gonna take Begone. I'm not sold on its value. Well, this changes everything. Spore Launcher, Rally, apply Decay 2 to enemy units. Play a Spore Launcher in front of a Cluster Kernel. That's a line that already takes care of itself. Eventually get capacity, summon Madam Lionsbane on the same line, give her the incant, give summon. I mean, like, it seems like a really good line. The only problem is we have a second Spore Launch that we don't need. Whatever. Definitely don't need even more high-cost Avengers, but I'll take double Demonic Fledgling and try and put them on their own line and see what I can do. I don't know. The Pyre of Dominion always sometimes feels very strange starting off, and it feels very strange right now. When you equip an Angel, apply Valor 3, Rage 3, and Regen 3. I gotta admit, with the Truffles in the deck, that's pretty good. Man-Eating. Consume, cooldown 1 to apply Sap 2 and Decay 5 to an enemy unit. But it's up against Everbloom, which has exactly the outcome I just spoke of earlier. Any battles, enemy units on each floor? Sure. Alright, we will let through 2 of those on the top line, unfortunately. Yeah, giving me a Bloodthirsty Blade is really unfortunate. But Begorn on the bottom line gives us the ability to take out both Forsaken at least. So now that top line is going to be pretty much self-sufficient now. I thought... Oh, no, it will be. I just proliferate, and then it immediately causes the spawn, and the spawn causes the kills. Great, we're all good. Double demonic fledgling on this line. I mean, sure, Frost Piercer, why not? It makes no difference. Proliferate on this floor, additional Valor, doesn't really change anything. Alright, we'll just do it for additional troops stack size on the top floor. Valor 3, Rage 3, Regen 3. Yeah, equipping an Angel wouldn't have even changed the outcomes on that. There's no way in heck this is not enough. I end up with so many high-cost cards in the deck by the end. Feels like Deployment Ember is going to have to be our first pick. Rot's not a bad spell this early. Just helps you delete target very effectively. Very good against bosses as well. Mushy Room, Bless Sap 3, 2 enemy units at the end of combat. That gives me the ability to have, like... Oh, if I went energy for the first one, I could have a Spore Launcher and Madam's Lion main floor, and then I could have a Spore Launcher Cluster Kernel floor, so I have 2 floors, one of them actively applying decay on every single cast, and then the second one just getting bigger. And then if I was doing that, having Mushy Room on the very bottom line would be really useful because it would also soften them up before they go up through the rest of our floors. Gooey Flask is also really good. Get some sap on the enemies, then I can start proliferating it. I'm gonna take Mushy Room. Cleave's decent damage, because the Spore Launcher does have, surprisingly, 30 straight-up damage. Selfless Sacrifice, obviously not bad. Upbeat Warbler for quick on the floor, probably not relevant. I could put it next to 2 Demonic Fledglings, but realistically, it's not going to be that relevant. It's take a cleave or leave a cleave, basically. I really want the Underlegion unit so much more than I want a Banished unit. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to think that? Am I relying on an outdated heuristic? What's going on here? Let's look at our units for Banished. Really wish I could just also look at banner units exclusively. Can I? So, nope. Alright, whatever. Battle Dancer. Bad, I don't have shift triggers. Death Dancer, bad, I don't have shift triggers. Demonic Fledgling, already in the deck. Divine Dancer, bad, I don't have shift triggers. This is what I'm thinking about, right? Like, it's... Ultimately, this comes down to, do I want Steadfast Crusader? Sword Maiden would be great. Sword Maiden could easily go on a floor and see a bunch of equipment spawns. That could be really good. I'd figure out how to make Host Guard work, and I'd probably take Steadfast Crusader. I will also look at the Underlegion cards, but my default here is to believe that I would take almost any Underlegion card. Amorous Inoki, yes, I probably end up taking Capacity so that I can continue fitting that. Squad Leader, yes. Prickly Puffball. Yes, but I would change my board to accompany it. Deathcap Prophet, yes. Etch, Moral Mistress. I do have a decent few. Yes. Classic Colonel I've already got. Bombabello, yes. Enchantrell, yes. Yeah, 100%. 100%. The real annoying thing here is that I do want to hit a Merchant of Steel quite badly, actually. But I'm going to have to... Ugh. I might have to wait until round 4. Disgusting. I better get a lot of that. Oh, -2 cost and remove consume. I mean, remove consume from a selfless sacrifice and then -2 cost it. Incroyable. In fact, not only that, but also I still have enough left over to get a Spell Chain, and Spell Chain loves Proliferate. Plus 10 damage on a cleave just so that it's actually consistently capable of removing units. Sounds good to me. Underlegion. Prickly Puffball. So now I don't care about my second Spore Launcher, which is great, actually. It saves up a little, it saves a little deployment ember I otherwise want to use. Prickly Puffball, you are now our bottom line. Are you? Yeah, because spawns don't want to be on the same floor as Prickly Puffball. Vigilance March. They're doing least damage on the lowest floor. It will change what we do. It just isn't going to do that yet. Wow, Cluster Kernel and Truffles, both extremely high tier plays here. I'll get the Kernel. I really want to play Truffles, but I should Proliferate because it'll take these units out. One Proliferate on that floor. Oh, one Proliferate on this floor. Then Truffles on top line. Give me an equipment. Lunar Cycle Stuff. Can I please have just the equipment? Like, can I please have the equipment that actually can be used? It just seems like a fun thing that we could do with equipment, if we could. All good if not. Okay. Throw a couple selfless sacks on that bottom line. Realistically, that line was never going to go as well as this one will. Alright. 2 pieces of equipment. Stasis. Okay, there we go. Shield of Wing. We have a piece of equipment that I can legitimately use. Spawning pods for a speed of spawn is really good, but also Proliferate is ridiculous. Proliferate is possibly one of the best things in the... Well, but if I want more Proliferate, then I would get it by duping the one that has Spell Chain. Windblade. Shift, gain Valor 1 on Resolve, trigger Shift. That's It's not nothing for a demonic fledgling, but it's damned close. Do I go Merchant of Magic? Honestly, another Merchant of Magic is ridiculous, especially considering I'm an incant build and I really, really need it. I mean, permanently remove consume from the spell chain proliferate. I could also permanently remove consume from spawning pods and then -2 cost it. Sword Maiden. Considering how few cards there are in the deck, it is really important for that spawning pods to like be super powerful by like making the 0 cost spawn 4. That is really impactful. It becomes one of the best cards in the deck very quick. I have to. I also need more low cost cards is another reason to do that. Come on, Lemmy. I was really hoping I'd get the mirror and I'd dupe it 5 times. Red Crown, Endless, huge. Summon, equip additional equipment. That's huge too. So Endless on Truffles is really good because we can, don't hate me. Don't hate me. But it gives us the ability to play you in the front line and then you will die. Go back to the top of the deck. You won't die. You are Endless. You retreat to the top of the deck so that you can fetch another tool next turn. I suppose there's also an argument that I put it on the Sword Maiden, who then summons, draws an equipment from the deck, and equips a random equipment, and gains 8 Valor because someone equipped equipment. But the deck is thin enough that I think I can put this on the Truffles. Card removal is really important. I'm gonna get a Spore Lord out of there. One and 2 and Sword Maiden, and then Prickly. Oh, we got the Endless Truffles immediately. Interesting. Insanely rude for you to give me Truffles that has pauldrons, and so it survives the enemy damage. Actually, how is it surviving? Oh, right. It's got Resolve, gain additional armor as well. That's what's happening. Admittedly, a little hard for me to use Glass Cannon right now. I can use it on the bottom line, though, so I will. And then... that's a really good Proliferate. I don't need to use that this turn. Throw Truffles on top line. Field Equipment. Okay, yeah, this is much better. Meat Shield on Prickly Puffball. It should probably be Spore Launcher, actually, for the sake of my team. 20 Fledgling, and then just get a Bowler up there as well. I feel like capacity is pretty important for me, so the Cluster Kernel has somewhere to exist. Oh, wow. Hang on. Fleshweaver hits us. Cultist responds, summoning 3 masses? Yeah, we're gonna be slicing bits off of you, buddy. Oh, no. The final move happens on that mid floor. I say final move like there's more than 2. I think a mushy room top floor helps us save a lot here. Rage, regen, valor. I mean, I can proliferate that. Proliferate for a little additional weakness. I think we have to, because then the Flagellant's only going to take 1 hit to our pyre, which is 15 damage. Like, it's a lot of health that we have to lose for it. I want to go back to the top of the turn very quickly and see if there's anything that I can do to actually counter that top line better. Oh no, the mushy room is helping out as well. Yeah. Got to put that. I'm going to remove the fragility on the bottom line before it becomes a very big problem in a second. Yeah, because she would be the one to kill the fleshling, which means that she would just die the next turn. Cleave is much better before spawning pods here. Void Arbor then. Fun fetch to fetch. Did you have to come in with additional? Oh, and then Stasis Crystal that I unfortunately can't play. I gotta use that to keep the main alive. I gotta say, I'm pretty worried about all of our floors. Like, Sword Maiden's doing decent on the bottom line, at least. Let's play a Truffles down there, because then she sees the equipment get added to Truffles. Frostpiercer on Truffles, interesting. Let's give her a Fortified Pauldron to give her some additional health, as well as the additional Rage, Regen, and Valor. Okay, yeah, that's just enough Artificer triggers that we should be comfortable on the bottom line literally just from her. Yeah, okay, good. We're all fine. Things were a wee bit dicey there for a moment, but due to the power of just a truly ridiculous Swords Maiden. Honestly, I need to get dualism on her yesterday. Wings Radiance, hello. Applies 1x melee weakness. Interesting. Death Metal him this. Eh. And Racking Pain. Honestly, yeah, we're gonna get enough debuff stacks. That's gonna be relevant. New. I don't need these. No, I have so many units. But I need a defender for another line. Screwed, Mini Avenger. I feel like I should take additional energy first. I really want the additional capacity, though. Yeah, and then I was going to hit the Merchant of Trinkets with the money. Or I could go Merchant of Steel into Merchant of Steel. Trinkets with the money, please. Especially because Under Legion. Everbloom 2 on Etch. Spawn 2. Yep. Spells get an extra upgrade slot, and when you play 3 different kinds of card in a turn, draw 1, gain 1. I think I take both of these, especially with the consistency that I play both minions and equipment. Kanyo, when you purge a card outside of combat, gain 75 coins. Triple A, units in your deck get 3 additional for each rare. Dang, if only the followers counted as rares. So literally nothing so far. Warmer Shell for just straight up damage. Nothing wrong with it. Especially with the followers in the deck. Warmer Shell gives them a lot of damage. It actually gives them less damage after it explodes. It gives the 60 additional damage to the... Okay, yeah, it's a Warmer Shell. We do it. Then I'm going to take both Lightstone Casing and Versatile Ember Staff. If I can give, like, Holdover or Spell Chain to either of these spawning pods, or, you know, reduce the cost and give Consume Removal for Proliferate or something, things like that, like, I hit them so often, it'll be worth it. And we have exactly enough to buy 2 relics there, so works out quite well. No, I want the decay floor to be the lowest one. After we get additional capacity, Prickly Puffball goes in front of that on the bottom line. The Colonel's not going to be useful in that world, though. Oh, hell yeah, that's a Blight. No, that's a Blight, and that's a... Damn. Leave. I gotta set up Mushy Room, and then I want to proliferate, but... Oh no, that would keep Fungi alive. Proliferate on the next floor is also really good, but... Oh, right, it's also an etch card, so it even gives us more. Yeah, definitely need to play that on the bottom line. Truffles gives me equipment. The equipment's not free. That's okay, though. Iron Tongue, Spawning Pods. That's all 3 different types, and then I can play out a Calcified Ember. And of course, now we have sweep damage on the bottom line, which is very important. Oh, hell yeah. Selfless Sack into Proliferate to add additional troop and damage shield to the fungi in the front line. Truffles gives us Resin Blades. I suppose I'm supposed to equip that to you, Truffles, so that you die. So that you run back to the top of the deck so we can play you again, is of course what I mean. Your ability's been replaced. Unfortunately, now you chomp. Oh, that's unfortunate. Suppose I'll be gone on the bottom line. And then I'm not gonna chomp the other truffles, but I will try and feed you every turn if I get the ability. I say every turn. What I meant was once. I am honestly very surprised that we're falling apart like this on that floor. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Boom! Love figuring out the title in the episode. It's good work if you can get it. Hit him with a Racking Bane, and that'll do it. Jump. Fertile Ground. Consume, spawn one more for each card in your consume pile. Consume pile 1, 2, 3. 3 cards so far. Sack a Fungi to deal 10 damage and apply Decay 10 to all enemy units. I feel like much more impact from that. Benediction, 3 cost. Apply Valor 2 and Damage Shield 1 to friendly units. That's exactly the kind of spell I want to upgrade 3 times. Oh, don't tell me I have that. Yay! Alright, Motion of Steel. Show me what's up. Quicken plus 10. I gotta say, that's pretty good equipment for a follower. Upgrade with Titanite on Prickly Puffball, and then also 10 additional health and 10 regen to start with. And then Valor 8. I gotta say, Valor 8 on just like Avenger, just like straight up give you 8 respawning health each turn. It's pretty good. And you're always gonna end up being in front of the line anyway. Ooh. An ability. Wrath attack immediately. Benevolence, restore friendly units to full health and grant 5 additional health. Or Advance, restore to full health and gain armor equal to the amount healed. This has got to be Prickly Puffball. And I think it's just heal and give +5 health. So yeah, foregone conclusion that the next one's gonna be a capacity pickup for us. In terms of this dupe, it feels like spawning pods or proliferate, but let's hit the second spawning pods. I really do need to be able to just suddenly spawn them. There's a dupe next to the Merchant of Trinkets, which I feel like I can swing that because there's another Merchant of Magic and another Merchant of Magic in the line after. So I can hit that Merchant of Magic for my last value. Although I could also see a world where 2 Merchants of Magic is the best value I can get. Yeah, I mean, single Prickly takes care of everything, so just let that happen. And all's well. Troubles! Do you have to give me only the worst equipment in the game? It's starting to feel like a prank. It's the worst kind of prank as well. One at my expense. Yeah, having a fungi survive at the end of this turn is pretty impactful. Do it again. Lava armor for the Avenger works well on you. I'll go spawning pods and then mushroom. Also benediction. I think it's gonna be worth its while on the bottom line, just considering the fact that I have the ability to propagate it. Benediction is a very good propagate target with 2 Valor on every target as well as a damage shield. Oh my god, and here it is. There's the proliferate. We're ready to do it. Give the Cursed Dragon Staff to Madam Lion's Mane down here. Then proliferate. Spawning. Proliferate. That's a lot of damage. Top line, grab 2 followers. And Windblade. Honestly, this stuff is just... it's just bait for the Chain of the Valkyrie at this point. Also, the Prickly Bubble can keep the followers alive. That's pretty fun. Alright, Truffles. Exiles Diadem. I mean, it is good. It's additional capacity on the bottom line. It's not relevant at all, but it is good. There we go. Welcome to hell. Thanks, Truffles. I like Inhale. Deal 10 damage to a backline enemy unit. Spawn 2. You. Punk Shredder for the second line, maybe? I think I have so many instances of damage that's just not necessary. Skip those. I really want to go Merchant of Trinkets with the Dupe, because that Dupe is just another opportunity to get another spawning pods in the deck. And the density of those spawning pods kind of decides the success rate of my bottom line. That said, Higher Remains, I don't have another great opportunity to pick up Higher Remains except for here. Fine. I really do need to heal. Yeah, it was 100% worth it. Spell Chain on a, I suspect, spawning pod. -1 costs makes Proliferate free. But it could also make Inhale free. I could Holy Stone Benediction, a card that I play consistently in order to get the 3 higher healing every time. And considering we're playing Pyre of Dominion, additional Pyre health and additional Pyre health support is really impactful. It's not what I wanted to do, but it is what I will do, because I have to. Removing 2 cards from the deck is easy. I mean, like, Windblade is doing nothing. I could get rid of one of the followers. I honestly think I could get rid of both Demonic Fledglings, and I would never regret it. They are angels, but I have other angels that actually care about their equipment at the moment to use as my angels instead. Believe it or not. Okay, I gotta check these units when I go in. I think it's the same lines. Because I need my active cast floor to be the lowest one. Oh, Mushy Room's going to do so well down here as well. Self-sack, Mushy Room. I want to Begone Strix to the back as well, if possible here. Also have max HP on the top line this turn. We've got Dying Knight and Regen, so we're going to be on full health for a while. After all that, still losing the fungi does hurt. Yeah, but I have to cast the Selfless Sack on the bottom line in order to get the fungi first. Unless I Begone into Self-Sack into Double Proliferate. I like this a lot more because we get these giants, the giant damage shield and troop stack just sitting there waiting. The downside, obviously, is I don't get to incorporate Mushy Room at all. Yeah, that cleave makes this so much better as well. This mushroom cloud actually spawns more mushrooms than it kills. Because it consumes and it's a spell. Oh! Yeah, I'll put a Swift Steal straight up on the follower. I'll give you 36 damage and you can do it 3 times. Hell yeah. Unfortunately, I buffed Hallow by 20 damage that turn. Okay. I'll inhale here. Good spawning pods on this floor? Keeps that floor safe, and then I can spawning pods, benediction, proliferate on this floor as well. But truffles could also give me free equipment, and then I wouldn't even have to play the additional proliferate. Hell yeah, the equipment's free. Gives me the ability to still play that proliferate because I triggered the Versal Ember Star. And I really care about my damage shield right now for what I hope are very obvious reasons. Luminous stuff. Just equip that to someone to get them stats. Equip that to a 100 Equalizing rings, interesting. Frost Pistol. I don't think I'm capable of saving my angel. Yeah, no matter what, you just die at the end of the turn. How is that even happening? 16 twice? Oh, it's just 2 damage over. I somehow completely missed that. Alright, so even more Valor for the Sword Maiden makes sense at this point. So I'll replace your equipment twice, leaving you with a Frost Piercer so that you're capable of giving a bunch of Frostbite to Strix as well. Oh yeah, build that stack. I'm gonna summon Cluster Kernel here just as a chump block. And we're gonna have Strix die next turn. Souls Dedum. Oh, another Frostpiercer. Yeah, fun. Unfortunately, begorning the boss right now doesn't do too much, but I'll Racking Pain you for 200 damage. Spawning. Inhale to take that one out. Damage shield to keep us alive. Leave through him. I mean, Stoic Plate Mail, it's just survivability. Perfect. I am very... it does feel very fortunate that every time I've had to fight Strix here, Strix and Halla, that is, the 2 times I've had to do it, I've had a lot of damage shields, which has helped negate the ridiculous amount of damage that I gave them. Great Decay. 2 costs. Consume. Apply Consume at -1 cost to all spells in your deck. So unfortunately that would end up removing Benediction and stuff like that, but they all become Consume, which means that the only cards that will remain in my deck after that are the cards that have Consume removed from them because they couldn't have had it added. So our deck becomes Selfless, Spawning, Truffles, Vengeful Shard, Vengeful Shard. That sounds sick. Is it still Capacity? It was Capacity before. I really do like the idea of getting the Prickly Pop Ball on the bottom line on that first turn. Yeah, it's Capacity. Sadly, Cavendish is worse than Grand Michel for us, giving us 3 times damage rather than 10 additional damage, so the followers are pretty sad to see that. Avenger and the Spore Launchers, however, feel a bit better. Look, there's certainly upgrades that I do want for my units, but it's very narrow at this point. Like, Dualism is the main one? Bunch of magic. On action, apply Decay 1 to enemy units, and when an enemy unit gains Decay, it gains 2 additional stacks. That's pretty good, but in a deck where I have as much Consume as I do, Etch Spawn 4 is going to be ridiculous. There's a really good argument to make that Meat Shield's just a great card that we take. I'm very bad at dealing with Rage Wings. I'm exceptionally bad at dealing with Rage Wings. If I took Inferno Room, I'd still have to sacrifice like 35 health in the next fight just to get past them. Alternatively, I could just try and focus on getting Damage Shield and then a bunch of Spell Chain. Alternatively, I could just put Prickly Puffball on the bottom floor by itself on that fight. That's what we do. And that helps me justify even additionally the Meat Shield. Have I not visited the Merchant of... I hadn't even gone into the Merchant of Magic, apparently. Well, Consume Removal is 100% the very first thing that I need to do to that Proliferate. It needs to be Consume removed. Double stack on Benediction is truly ridiculous. Negative 2 cost gain consume. And considering that they're all going to have consume anyway in the first cycle through the deck, I may as well just put that on the Begone. Plus 20 magic power and consume. Not relevant. Reroll. Intrinsic -1, that goes on Great Decay. God, I want to consume remove Benediction, but I have to give it consume to consume remove. Start a battle and mutants burn each floor. I really want that money. Yeah, I just don't get to play my pop ball on the bottom line, but I think we do fine without it. I don't think cluster kernels are the additional unit that we need on that bottom line right now. Yeah, even if I jump block with a follower on that floor, I'm not capable of saving the Avenger, but that's fine. The Sword Maiden is the main consideration of that floor, and then proliferate, and then proliferate, and then proliferate. Great. It's 28 fungi in the front line. Takes out an enemy. It's very important I play as many cards as is humanly possible. I want to give you your Valor trigger, but I also do want to play the Cluster Kernel on your floor. That's fine, it resolves after you at least. Right? No, you're just getting your 3 regen, so it's resolving before you. Rude. That said, these self-sacks may make the most impact on the bottom line, so... I mean, Begone has been working perfectly. We've begoned so many Celestial Bastions. Extra damage from the Collector. And a lucky draw of Cleave there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I can play Truffles, but I can't kill Truffles. Does that mean I play Truffles on the bottom line? I think that means I play Truffles on the bottom line. Oh, Stoic Blade Mail. That's the perfect equipment for a fungi. Overgrowth Canvas. Yeah, I haven't successfully mini-stoned anyone, but the prickly puffball would happily wear it. Did I just replace a room on the bottom line? I feel like I replaced a room. Nope. Also just being confused by the icon spawning. Hell yeah. We have 7 cards in the deck. 2 of them are spawning pods. 1 of them has spell chain. 1 of them is proliferate with spell chain. And then 1 of them is just apply damage shield. The other one's truffles. Yeah, this is pretty good. Damn it, Truffles. Stop getting health equipment. That's not for you. Alright, then self-sack, spawning pod, and then proliferate it twice. So I've got 6 damage shields on the fungi by the end of that. And look, 144 damage per turn on all of the enemies. It's good enough. Bunch of everlasting lights for the bottom line. Why not? Perfect. Great to getting our way down to literally 6 cards in the deck. And I can even draw the 6th card, courtesy of the Versatile Emberstar. All units propagate 1 at the end of combat. It's pretty ridiculous. Shield of Wing is not bad equipment. Yeah, I think it's worthy. I really do want to go to Empyrean World to dupe another card. Do I want to merge the Meat Shield and the Shield of Wing? Maybe. First time each turn, you target a friendly unit with a spell, non-move effects, also hit all other friendly units on the floor. So we're not going to be pushing units forward with, where are you? With the Selfless Sacrifice. However, we will give 2 damage shield to the entire floor. It's pretty good. On deployment phase, draw a room card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. Also, really good. Probably cut Mushy Room if I take that. And I will take that. Oh, there's Spell Sanctum. Unnecessary. Actually, fully unnecessary. Interesting. Kinda want that Hall of Mirrors. Reason being, if I made that, like if I made Grow Room deployable and then cut Mushy Room, took Hall of Mirrors gets drawn in the opening. It gives me the ability to play a, where are you? Play the Spore Launcher on the bottom floor, then play Hall of Mirrors, and then play Madam's Lionmane, which dupes, giving me 2 units spawning ridiculous amounts. And then the etch on the first turn is ridiculous as well. The only problem is obviously this is against Rage Wing, so it's bad against that. It would be great the fight after. But do I need to be preparing for the fight after this fight right now? Or do I need to be preparing for this fight right now? The next fight. Got 2 more removals. Windblade. Racking Bane will do really good damage against bosses eventually. It's fine at the moment. Second Follower is almost never going to do too much damage for us. That's an easy removal as well. Dupe should definitely be one of the cards that remains after our cycling. It's 100% the Proliferate one. And then for our final card, let's merge Shield of Wing and Meat Shields. So here on my first turn, double Prickly Puffball for the bottom line. Then Spore Madam, then Avenger Swords Maiden. We can jump with just the single follow here, and that's absolutely what we're going to do. Great Decay only affects spells in hand that already have Consume removed, so not a problem for them. I should let them hit me for the first turn before I then heal. And then I'll off-kill to the heals. Or offset the heals turn by turn. Spawning Pod. Proliferate, 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 proliferate. Unfortunately, that unit is still very vulnerable. Hell yeah. Or 12. Oh, the cleave is already lethal on the bottom line. That's fine. Go. I only need to keep their heals off kilter. Hilarious what you're trying to do here. I'm uninterested in letting you though, so get proliferated. Second meat shield out there. Those are good. Chosen Zealot almost dies. Actually, and now it does. Just to its decay at the end of the turn, allowing me to get some melee weakness on these enemies. Summon 2 truffles on the bottom line. Getting 2 pieces of equipment. Equalizing rings. It's a damage up for that. line's doing okay. Some truffles there. Oh, Hef's hammer. Hell yeah. I don't really have a floor that really wants additional capacity or needs additional capacity. Propagate on this room at the end of the turn's huge. Especially if I can end the turn with damage shields. Equalizing rings, I'm literally just going to equip to the same unit that already has it. Like, it's actively not what we want. Oh my gosh. Selfless sacrifice. Proliferate. Proliferate. Potential shot. We have done it. We are down to only the non-consumables. Moonlit Glaive. Unlikely to be relevant at all. Taking out that front line of Loud Gladiator is going to be an annoyance. I feel like I'm supposed to proliferate even. Okay, so if I give you Moonlit Glaive, then double proliferate, I at least get additional rage, regen, valor. Ooh. Just enough proliferate to get through it. Bottom line's in tough straits. Thankfully, they have benevolence, so they heal one another, and we're all good again. Thank you, Truffles, for replacing that Avengers equipment. And then it's back into how many spawns can you spawn? Ooh. I don't know how top line's gonna do this turn, because we're not winning on bottom line this turn. Yeah, top line's not killing either. Double summon Stoic Plate Mail. No, it doesn't seem like that's capable of managing the top line as well as I'd like. Giving them Divine Shield just to reorder their troops, that is. Also, yeah, Truffle's going to die this turn no matter what, so Truffle should be summoned to the bottom line to get 2 pieces of equipment instead. think it's got to be this, actually. Yeah, there we go. Getting our melee weakness back in the front line. Very impactful there. Remarkably, I forgot to use a single proliferate on the top line in order to prevent myself from taking 9 damage. I do need to prevent the 9 damage. It's... Our bio health... It's gonna take a big hit in the final fight, and I don't want that big hit to be the big hit that kills me, because then I look at it and I'm like, oh, I just... All I had to do... Oh! You know? You don't want to have that experience. I think it's called Rugrats. Pretty sure it's called Nickelodeon Rugrats. You feel Nickelodeon Rugrats that something happened. Right. Now, do I remember what the hell I did? It's a good question. I do. There we go. All it takes is a single proliferate up there. We're all good. And of course, we don't need to worry because you're not getting off this floor. I really do like that every time I play the truffles on the floor, I just get 8 Valor on the Sword Maiden. It's nice. Cute. And that'll collect the Seraph. Perfect. So now it comes down to, do I want to ridiculously overstack that bottom floor in the way that I'd planned? The ridiculous overstack, of course, being on the side of a second Madam Lion's Mane. This should be okay. We get enough to get out of the bottom line. I'd love to play Benediction first, if I can get away with it, but that's going to require 0 cost equipment here, which we get. Because now I can hit Benediction on the bottom line, getting Valor 4 and 2 damage shield on all friendly units. Then I can Great Decay. And then I can proliferate all of this additional armor. Did I have the Gorn in hand at the start? Because if I did, I needed to use that first. I did. Okay, we used Begorn first. So now I also have a fun guy getting the damage shields. That's a pretty ridiculous turn 1 here, where we've got 1,306 damage on Savagery. And that's mostly from Decay. Mostly from Decay? How is it not mostly from Decay? What's happening here? You take 276 at the end of the turn. What the hell? How are you? I'm actually very deeply confused here. Oh! Melee weakness times 5 because of the Begone. Hadn't even thought about it. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's good damage right there. After next turn, I think, is when Prickly Ball should hit the first heal. I mean, even if this Inhale isn't gonna... Yeah, so it didn't slay a unit, but it still spawned 10 fungi, which is 20 decay to all enemies in 10 different instances. Truffles! That's not the equipment you're supposed to wear! God. And we're certainly the boy that I don't need to play the Curse of Entropy. Some damage shield just to keep the next floor alive longer. Alright, so it's just Dominion now. After this round of combat, both Savagery and Entropy are dead. Fun. Thanks for all the curses, buddy. I guess when my deck is as thin as this, yeah, of course I'm going to be drawing back into the same curses consistently. Yeah, I'm not too much able to do about that midline there. Sucks. Thankfully, Silence Truffle still goes back to the top of the deck. Hey! Incant to deal damage to enemies seems handy on the bottom line here. Gotta make sure I play my pile out every turn. Single most impactful card in the deck. Right now, in this position where Dominion's the only unit that's alive. Just add the appropriate qualifications there. I'll Duskmantle the top line for absolutely no good reason. Consume on the top line as well to increase your melee weakness. Doubling the damage from the next Pyre Strike against you, which... 145, great. I play Pyre next turn and then you die at the end of it. someone miscounted. And as soon as I find out who it is, there will be hell to pay. Oh, it was me! Oh, it said, obviously that was rhetorical. There's, it's actually fine, of course. I can accept that. That's fine, of course. It's, I would have been fine if anyone did it. All right, let's get him in the pilot. Benediction did insane work for the bottom line in this run. I gotta say, the benevolent prickly puffball, just having 2 of those on the bottom line as well was pretty hilarious. Having Great Decay go through the entire deck and then just allowing me to consistently play the same consume removal cards, perfect. The only thing that could make it slightly better is if the card was considered to still be a consume card because it carries the consume trigger, even the because it could have I can't find a way to justify this. Right, a card that has consume removed should not also trigger etch, which triggers on when a card is consumed on this floor. I just want it to. It shouldn't happen. But I'd like it if it did. So if we considered that I'd like it if it did, I think it's a pretty compelling argument. Really? Really? I mean, also the truffles eating truffles was good fun as well. New personal record, Lunar Cycle stuff, attack gain 4. Really? You're gonna do that to me? They clearly just added these stats as stats to track, but it's in the least impressive versions of them possible because they were temporary in the deck. Hey, at least it gives me something to build from. Jump back to the outpost and I'll tell you that my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2 Echoes of the Void. Top left is the series playlist for all my contents of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsyPlays. I'd above the thank to, and a special thanks this episode to Lotta. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.